Hello. This week my post will not be involving music since we have been challenging each other with objects for our post. So, as much fun as it would be to use this hand to play the piano or strum a guitar, I opted for a Bible passage instead. So this is something that Brad gave to me, and the first thing that came to mind was the passage about one body and many parts. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna read that for you. I feel like sometimes my own words get lost, and it helps me to sing lyrics and to just read straight out of the Bible. So that's what we're gonna do. So feel free to join with me or to go ahead and take a look later in your own Bible. I'm reading from 1 Corinthians 12, and I'm going to start at verse 12. The body is a unit, though it is made up of many parts, and though all its parts are many, they form one body. So it is with Christ. For we were all baptized by one Spirit into one body, whether Jews or Greeks, slave or free, and we were all given the one Spirit to drink. Now the body is not made up of one part, but many. If the foot should say, because I'm not a hand, I do not belong to the body, it would not for that reason cease to be part of the body. And if the ear should say, because I am not an eye, I do not belong to the body, it would not for that reason cease to be part of the body. If the whole body were an eye, where would the sense of hearing be? If the whole body were an ear, where would the sense of smell be? But in fact, God has arranged the parts in the body, every one of them, just as He wanted them to be. If they were all one part, where would the body be? As it is, there are many parts, but one body. So that was through verse 20. And I wanted to go ahead and skip to verse 24. But God has combined the members of the body and has given greater honor to the parts that lack it, so that there should be no division in the body, but that its parts should have equal concern for each other. If one part suffers, every part suffers with it. If one part is honored, every part rejoices with it. So I think it's a very good passage. And what stands out to me in reading this is that God has arranged the parts in the body, every one of them, just as He wants them to be. So whether you are a hand, foot, eye, ear, that is exactly what you're supposed to be. We are all created differently in the body of Christ. And we shouldn't desire to be something other than who God created us to be, because He created us specifically to fit with everyone else in this one body. If we were something different than what we are, then we wouldn't complete the body of Christ the way it's intended. And to also think about verse 26, if one part suffers, every part suffers with it. If one part is honored, every part rejoices with it. So even though we are all different and we all function differently, we are to rejoice together and suffer together because, again, we are one body. And I just think that that's something that we can learn from right now, that no matter how different we may be or similar we may seem, that God has created each and every single one of us uniquely, differently, with a purpose and for a reason. And I'm so thankful that He has. How boring would our life be if we were all the same? All right, until next time. See you later.